Aloha. Welcome to TMDR, the Maui Daily Report for Aloha Friday, May 23rd, 2025. I'm Patty Lee, and these are some of the stories that may interest you today. Memorial Day weekend is here, and although it is often associated with backyard barbecues and the start of summer, it is important to remember that it's a day of mourning to honor those fallen soldiers who died in action serving their country. Here is a 2022 report from the Veterans Cemetery in Makauao.
Memorial Day on Maui and in America is the day we honor the men and women who have paid the ultimate sacrifice, who have given their lives in defense of this country in war after war after war. They fought and died because they believed in life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And in the case of the greatest generation, they knew how to stand up to monsters and tyrants. We went to the Veterans Cemetery in Makauao a short while ago, and we discovered a metaphor. The American flag was barely hanging on by a thread. Kind of like our democracy these days, hanging on for dear life. It made me wonder, what would these guys say if they could talk? These heroes did their part. Maybe it's time for us to do ours. It's going to take some work to make our perishing republic shine once again, if it ever really did. But it's a good idea, and we should keep trying.
U.S. Senator Brian Schatz of Hawaii stood up on the Senate floor Wednesday to call out House Republicans for rubber stamping Trump's tax breaks for billionaires. He called it the largest transfer of wealth in American history, saying that people will be turned away from hospitals and go to bed hungry. It will make the richest people to ever walk the earth even richer, he said. Governor Green went to Washington this week, put on his doctor hat, and testified before a Senate subcommittee in defense of the COVID-19 vaccine. He said he saw firsthand how it saved 10,000 lives in Hawaii. Republican testifiers, on the other hand, repeated the unfounded party line that COVID-19 vaccines injured Americans. A proven way to injure Americans is to mix drugs or alcohol with motor vehicles. Everyone around is then a potential casualty. This holiday weekend, the police department's traffic division will be out in force. It can't come soon enough, given that this year's 11 road-related fatalities in Maui County are more than double what they were at the same time last year. Expect to run into checkpoints and saturation patrols. Remember, if you feel different, you drive different. Earlier this week, we reported that harmful forever chemicals known as PFAS have contaminated soil at the airport. Today, we learned from the Hawaii Department of Health that low levels of the toxic substance have been detected in the Central Maui water supply. The chemicals are also found in products like microwave popcorn, carpets, and cookware, as well as waterproof, fireproof, stain-resistant, and non-stick items. The county has announced limited access for shoreline recreation near Lahaina Harbor starting Saturday. For access to the south end of the harbor, the county-owned parking lot at 500 Front Street will be open during daylight hours. Beach access will be allowed via a marked path along Kamehameha Iki Park, which remains closed. The public is asked to follow signs on the marked paths and stay out of private property and barricaded or fenced-off areas. Parking along barricades is prohibited. We miss our beloved Lahaina town, and although we know it will rise again, we also know it will never be the same. Join us on an eerie look back at 2020 Memorial Day cruise down Front Street during the pandemic, followed by its comeback 1 year later on Memorial Day 2021.
This is what Front Street in Lahaina looked like exactly a year ago on Memorial Day 2020. Crickets, no cheeseburgers in paradise, hardly anyone on the street. Businesses closed. Coronavirus ruled the day. And what a difference a year makes. This is what Lahaina looked like yesterday, Memorial Day, at about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. The cheeseburgers are back in paradise at triple the cost they would be anyplace else in the world. There were long lines to get in places. People from Buffalo jaywalking. Even the Birdman is back with his feathered friends. And look at this, vintage cars rolling down Front Street. It's like COVID-19 never happened. And here's a comparison for you. There were more than 178,000 visitors to Maui in April 2021 versus 647 a year ago. Buckle your seatbelts. It looks like we're going to have a busy summer ahead.
Although Krank Cycles bicycle shop is based here on Maui, they took the time to visit Molokai for the 2025 Keiki Fest to give back and show aloha by taking bikes over, fixing some there, and giving new ones away to kids. Akaku's Daniel Emhoff was there.
My name is Moose and I'm from the bike shop on Maui, Krank Cycles. We came over, we've been invited by the Molokai Community Action Team. We came over and set up a booth. We're partner up with the Boys and Girls Club. We brought a load of bikes over earlier this week. We set up a little action course here. So the first course here is a slow course. And what it does is whoever rides it the slowest will get a prize. And then we have another course, which is the fast action course. Whoever can ride it the fastest and stop in the end zone gets a prize. So we brought some bikes over. We got some helmets, let the kids ride the bikes. If hopefully some kids bring their bikes, we can do a little repair on some bikes if they need it. At the end of it, they're gonna do a lucky chicken draw for some of these bikes here, and each one's gonna get a helmet. So stoke out the kids, give them that freedom we love so much called the bicycle. We love Molokai. It is part of Maui. It is part of our ohana. That connection with the bike is what we have to offer and we love to do. So thanks Molokai for letting us come over and accepting us and showing your aloha. We can't wait to see you. And what I say is ride safe and ride with aloha. Krank Cycles.
No sooner had Trump lifted a commercial fishing ban in the Pacific Islands Heritage Marine National Monument, U.S. longline fishing boats closed in for the kill. Earth Justice claims lifting the ban is illegal and that no fishing should be allowed in the 490,000 square miles that make up the ocean preserve. Lawsuits have been filed by several environmental organizations. The Conservation Council for Hawaii said that Trump's order threatens to destroy one of the world's last healthy and wild ecosystems. Trump hasn't stopped there in his attack on the ocean. His administration is about to auction rights for companies to mine seabed minerals under the ocean floor off the coast of Samoa. The voracious tech, manufacturing, and military sectors covet these potato-sized nodules containing nickel, cobalt, and manganese, and are in a race with China to exploit the ocean floor with unknown and possibly irreversible environmental consequences. A penny for your thoughts, but not anymore. The U.S. Mint is phasing out the penny after 2 centuries. One reason is that it cost 3 cents to produce a 1-cent penny, and the U.S. Mint lost more than $85 million last year as a result. That means everything will be rounded up to a nickel, which only costs 13.8 cents to make and distribute. Mortgage debt in Hawaii is through the roof and among the highest in the country. The average monthly payment is $2,538, meaning homeowners pay more here than in just about any other state. And now raw stress for less may soon cost you more. The discount chain said half its goods come from China, and due to tariffs, prices are likely to rise. Walmart has already announced it will raise prices, and Target has cut its annual sales forecast. Every year, Dr. Beach picks the top beaches in the country. And once again, this year, 2 Hawaii beaches, Wailea Beach on Maui and Poipu Beach on Kauai, were ranked 2nd and 3rd. Cooper's Beach in Southampton, New York came in 1st. Kaunoa on Big Island was number 8, followed by Lanikai on Oahu at number 9. Today is World Turtle Day, which was founded in the year 2000 by the American Tortoise Rescue. The day was created to increase knowledge about one of the world's most ancient creatures. Check out this oldie but goodie about the research and rescue of our local beloved green sea turtles.
Ua mea o papa hanau moku ka wahine hanau keiki moe hanau ke papalani hanau ke papalani hanau o Hawaii ka moku makahi ap keiki makahi ap o lawa o wake lawa kane maane ino imi aloha ke aloha
The Maui Coastal Land Trust recently restored the 277-acre Waihe'e Coastal Dunes and Wetlands Refuge as an environmental, cultural, historic, and educational resource. The refuge was also used during a recent green sea turtle research and rescue conducted by Skippy Howe of the Department of Land and Natural Resources, Division of Aquatic Resources, and Cheryl King, the Hawaii Wildlife Fund Hawksbill Sea Turtle Recovery Project.
So far I think he's about 7 in that bucket. He's digging them out because the ones that were able to get out by themselves have already gotten out. And these are the ones that probably wouldn't have.
Maui Coastal Land Trust is a nonprofit organization that works with private landowners, neighborhoods, community groups, and government agencies to protect environmental and cultural resources. Their mission is to preserve and protect coastal lands in Maui Nui for the benefit of our natural environment and current and future generations.
Akaku facilities will be closed on Monday in observance of Memorial Day. Up next, we'll take a look at how a local Boy Scout troop prepared the Makawao Veteran Cemetery for a special day of remembrance and honor in 2019. Share photos of your Memorial Day weekend with us by sending them to daniel@akaku.org to be featured next week. Here's this week's Aloha Friday photo finish. That's it for today's Maui Daily Report. Mahalo for joining us, and please keep watching Akaku channels 53, 54, and 55. You can watch Akaku at akaku.org or on your phone 24/7 with our app, Maui Stream. You can also listen to TMDR on the radio between 7 and 8 p.m. on KAKU 88.5 FM. This is how we stay connected. I'm Patty Lee. Be extra careful on the road this weekend and have a memorable Memorial Day. Aloha.